Okay, dear students, welcome to Tejoma YouTube channel. This is a very challenging question paper that I have seen compared to the other question papers. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಏನು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ವೇರೀಸ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪವರ್ ಝೀರೋ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ? ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಡೈಪೋಲ್ಗ, ಎ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಗ, ಅಥವಾ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮೆಟಾಲಿಕ್ ವೈರ್ಗ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ? ಸೊ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ರೈಟ್ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ದರ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿ. ಯಾಕೆಂತಂದರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಬೈ ಕ್ಯೂ ಬೈ ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ಯೂ ಬೈ 2 ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ಆರ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ಆರ್. ಇಂಟು ಆರ್ ಪವರ್ ಝೀರೋ ಅಂದರೆ 1 ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆರ್ ಪವರ್ ಝೀರೋ ಹಾಕೋದು ಸಹ ಏನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ದಿ second question is, in a parallel plate capacitor the capacity increases if. ಸೊ increases ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಬರೀತೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. C is equal to epsilon naught A divided by D. ಆಯಿತಾ? ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟು. ಸೊ ಇಂಟು ಕೆ ಸಹ ಇದೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡೈಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಎ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್, ಸಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್. ಇಫ್ ಕೆ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್, ಸಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್. ಇಫ್ ಡಿ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಸ್, ಸಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್. ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದು ಸಹ ಕರೆಕ್ಟು. ಸೊ ಸಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಸಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಸ್, ರಾಂಗ್. ಇದು ಏರಿಯಾ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್, ರಾಂಗು. ಏರಿಯಾ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್, ಓಕೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಬರೀತೀನಿ. ವಿಲ್ ಚೆಕ್ ದ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಒನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ಬಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ನೌ ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. And then last one, dielectric constant decreases. No, it should also increase. So option C is correct. Next, we'll move on to the question number 3. So unit of capacitance of the capacitor, it is farad. You already know it. Volt ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ? Potential difference. Coulomb, it is for charge. Ampere, and it is for current. Farad is, it is for capacitance. And the answer is that A. Resistance of a conducting wire increases. See, resistance of a conducting wire is given by R is equal to rho L by A. Increase in length. Okay, here it is increases with increase in length. Correct only. If length increases, R increases. So option A is correct. We'll check other options also. Decrease in length, wrong. Does not depend on length, wrong. Increase in area of cross section, no. If area of cross section increases, resistance decreases. So that's why which option is correct? A is correct. Radius of circular path traced by a charged particle in the internal magnetic field is given by. Okay, so very easy question this one is. So we have the formula here, that is mv square by r is equal to qvb into sin theta. Sin theta's value is 1. So when we cancel v square with v, we get mv is equal to qb divided by r. I want the radius of circular path, so radius will go this side. So you will get R is equal to mv divided by qb. So which one is correct here? mv by qb, that is option A is correct. Radius is equal to mv by qb. Next, magnetic inclination means it is dip. Magnetic inclination, nothing but dip. At the equator is, at the equator, let me consider the earth here. If I consider earth, so here at the equator magnetic dip will be 0. In the polar region magnetic dip will be 90 degree. Here theta is 0. So at the equator theta value is 0 inclination. Next, Lenz's law is consequence of law of conservation of energy. Okay, law of conservation of energy. Next, self-inductance of a coil is the measure of option A. What is that? Electrical inertia, induced current, moment of inertia, it is voltage, or induced EMF. So if you consider a solenoid like this, okay, so it induces, if you allow the current to flow through it, it induces magnetic field, and that maintains or produces the potential difference. So that is called induced EMF. Then RMS value of alternating current, this is from, what is that, alternating current chapter. RMS value, ERMS is equal to V0 by root 2, we have already studied, or IRMS is equal to I0 by root 2. So option A is correct. Option A is correct. What about this one? So this is I average value. I average is equal to 2 I0 by pi, and this is instantaneous current I, and this is peak value. This is called peak value of current. Okay, so the option A is correct for this particular case. Next, we'll move on to the next one. Displacement current is given by, so that is epsilon naught into d phi by dt. I is equal to epsilon naught d phi by dt. This is from the chapter electromagnetic waves. Next, magnetization produced by a convex lens is, it may be greater than 1 or less than 1. Okay, so either A or B. So less than 1, greater than 1, equal to 1. It is not always equal to 1. Okay, so it is it magnifies the thing. So image height by object height may vary. So it is given by hi divided by h0. So option A or B, both are correct. Next, condition for constructive interference is given. For constructive interference, it is n lambda. For destructive interference, it is 2n plus 1 lambda by 2. Next, minimum energy of incident radiation needed to remove the electron. In the last video also, I have given the in detail explanation for this. It is work function. Minimum amount of energy required to remove the electron from the surface of the metal is called work function. The minimum frequency of the incident radiation for which the electron will come out of the surface of the metal is called threshold frequency. Stopping potential means the negative potential given to the anode plate in order to stop the electron in reaching the anode plate is called stopping potential, and it is given by V0. Okay, and in terms of energy, we can write kinetic energy, we can write this one as E into V0 with negative sign. Threshold wavelength, it is interlinked with this one. The maximum wavelength of the incident radiation for which the electron will come out of the surface of the metal. So here it is work function phi naught, that is equal to h nu naught, and that is equal to hc by lambda naught. So this is work function, phi naught is work function, this is threshold frequency, and this is threshold wavelength. All these three, A, B, C are A, C, D are interlinked. Next, we'll move to the next question. 14th question. 2 or more nuclei having same number of neutrons are, ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಸೇಮ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತೀವಿ, ಇದಂತೂ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಐಸೋಟೋನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಐಸೋಟೋಪ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಐಸೋಬಾರ್ಸು, ಐಸೋಮರ್ಸು, ಮಿರರ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯೈ. 2 or more nuclei having same number of neutrons. Isotones option ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. So it is isotones. Let me consider isotones. Option E ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. So option E is correct. Okay, next, the temperature coefficient of the semiconductor of resistance of a semiconductor is, okay, negative, positive. Temperature depends on temperature, does not depends on temperature. See, illi resistance of a semiconductor is inversely proportional to, what is that, temperature. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಫಾರ್ ಸೆಮಿಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಒನ್, ಬಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ increases with increase in temperature, that's why. Okay, for semiconductors it is negative. Okay, dear students, the last main, very what is that, for everyone it is the favorite main, that is fill in the blanks. Let us solve this. Electric field inside the charged conductor is 0. Yes or no? Next, magnetic susceptibility of a magnetic material is negative. Helium nucleus, polarides 0 voltage, negative. Next, devices used to produce plain polarized light are polarides. Directly by looking at the answer, what is that? Options itself you can write polarides. Next, alpha particles, I told you already, helium. Is it there? Helium nucleus, yes. Next, He2 plus. Next, Zener diode can be used as voltage regulator. Voltage regulator. Okay, dear students, this is all about this video. So keep learning. All the best for your board examination.